Hi there, it's Crisandro, of course. It's a quick episode of Rants. It's yeah, just upsetting thing really. I haven't actually seen much football. We've got the women's game going on now. Obviously, the men's game has stopped because of the World Cup, but yeah, it's a women's game I wanted to touch on. Don't know if many would have seen it, but what a game that was! It was a rearranged game on Wednesday. Where we took on Everton. The game was rearranged from a couple of months back. That was because it was called off because of a frozen pitch, I think it was, or waterlogged pitch, one of the two. And we were poor. We were poor. Lost 3-0. Uh, Lost 3-0 against a struggling Everton side. It's just it's just poor now from start to finish. And 3 wins in the 9 games that we've had. And if I remember last season when we kind of had a little dip in form and we were lying third for a while, and then in the last 7, 8 games we just kind of lost our way, ended up finishing fifth in the table. And I was optimistic, wasn't I? At the end of that, I said that yeah, well, things are going forward and looking very bright. This goes on the back of well, I finished what I'm going to say that things are looking bright, and that the next season was this season we'll start off. Hopefully, we'll start off well. We'll recruit very well, and we'll try and launch an assault on those European places. I was that confident that we will challenge for the European places, and it hasn't panned out that way at all, has it? I mean, not. I mean, if you take into account the form of last season and the form of this season, it has been shocking, really. And not that I want to call for the end of managers' reigns or whatever, but you just have to ask whether it is going well with Rehanne Skinner, whether it is kind of whether we are moving forward. And you kind of think with a manager of her experience, she was England manager, wasn't she? And it just seems that we're just making the same kind of errors. We don't seem to have that kind of confidence on the pitch. I mean, we you might have seen the video of us the vlog that I put up. It would have been uploaded yesterday. At home to West Ham in the London derby, and it was hard to describe. I mean, that it goes hand in hand with the game against Reading the week before, which we hopefully would have seen the video of as well, where we looked poor against Reading. We lost 1-0 through an own goal, and we didn't start playing until we were 15 minutes away from losing, and that was poor. I mean, we started off very well against West Ham, dominated the first half, but didn't really have a clear chance on goal. If you've seen the vlog, you'd have heard me say that, and it's just been it's been poor how it's just kind of all happened, really. I mean, I mean that the first half ended with us giving away a stupid penalty. Luckily, they didn't score it. Brynjar's daughter missing it or rolling it horribly wide, and then she made up for it anyway. 4 minutes into the second half by scoring, and and then after that we were just in our shell. We were in the shell. We didn't even look like we didn't even come out in the second half. That's how bad it was. And then we got our heads together, put some pressure on, but did nothing with it. Pretty much did nothing with it. And then they scored a breakaway goal, Sissoko, with a nice little lob, and that was hard to take because we had like a West Ham in one particular corner, singing their weird songs. It was just dumb. It really stung, and I couldn't get to the game against Everton because obviously there's rail strikes and stuff like that, so I couldn't really get up there. But saw bits of it and on TV, and we were poor again. Just couldn't. I mean, they scored. Three good goals, but we were poor in the build up to all of them. It was just shocking to see, and if we have no idea, that's another game we've gone by with the forward line that we have, and we haven't scored a goal. And it's just, I just didn't want to. I mean, and then to top it all off, Ashley Neville getting sent off for a studs high challenge. It's like there's no kind of camaraderie in the team. You know what I mean? It's just there's no kind of will to win or whatever. It's just I don't know, but we're just sliding down the table now. We're sliding down and sliding down, and it looks like, I mean, I say we invested in the summer, but mostly there were freebies, weren't they? There were free transfers from other clubs or end of contracts, and that's good when it kind of pays off. But I don't think it has actually worked. I mean, we've seen some of the videos. I have kind of voiced my concern about certain players, and it's and that seems like some of the old guard as well that just doesn't seem to be showing up. I mean, I sung the praises of a couple of players, and they're the ones that are kind of making the mistakes now. Um, I mean, we're doing very well in the League Cup, the Continental Cup, and we're going to that game on Sunday away to Southampton. There's going to be stripes on that one as well, but we'll get there. We'll get there and we'll watch it. Top of that group and doing well, but the league is the bread and butter. That's where and that's I mean, and we are sliding down. We are sliding down all the way, and you know you have to kind of question the leadership as it stands. I mean, we got rid of the previous team. Oh, I can't remember. Forgive me, I've forgotten the names. It was a double act, wasn't it? And got rid of them in order to bring in Rehanne Skinner, and they were doing okay. Obviously, this was viewed as taking us onto the next level, a bit like in the men's team where we kind of got rid of Pochettino to get to bring in Mourinho to take us into the next level. And but the difference being with Mourinho, I mean, he was kind of sacked before he got us a chance to win a trophy, and who knows, he could have done, might not have done, but at least he gave them the chance. We, on the other hand, are not looking. I mean, apart from the semi-final last season of the Continental Cup, even then that was a dismal defeat as well to Manchester City. It's just been one disaster after another, and this season just kind of panned out in a way that it just doesn't feel like we're gonna. That was just it's gonna be not gonna be anything more than a battle against relegation. I mean, even in the Conti Cup, the game that we did go to against Coventry United, we were dominant. We played very well, but still conceded a very soft goal. And that was a long ranger, but Spencer had it viewed it all the way, and I still think even now she should have done better with it. Just the same with the chances, on Sunday. I think that the goals could have been prevented with better defending, and I mean the second one was a breakaway goal, so there's not much you can do about that one. But even then, try to make yourself big and not going too early, and that's really what happened. But we were poor in that second half. As good as we were in the first half, we were poor in the second half. And against Everton, we were just poor throughout. We just did not have a grip of the game, and Everton in truth, didn't have to do much to even take the game away from us. And to lose 3-0 like that, I mean, I'm not one to boo the team or whatnot, but I would have been very, very close to screaming and shouting and swearing that day. If I was there, trust me, I would not have been happy. And it's just, where do we go from here? I mean, I was after the West Ham defeat. I was in the clubhouse. I was chatting to a couple of mates, and we were just thinking: is Rehanne Skinner on borrowed time? Is she? I don't know, but we have to kind of look into it, because the team doesn't seem to be responding at all. Every game seems to be getting progressively worse. I mean, yeah, we lost to Reading, but we were poor throughout. We improved a little bit in the first half against West Ham, but didn't really create anything. And then we were poor, absolutely abysmal in the second half. Against Everton, we were just abject throughout. And now we take on Southampton, a championship side. And I don't have any fears about what happens in that game. I think we'll come away from that game with a win. But you just kind of have to wonder. I mean, it's got to the point now where I'm just focusing on the next game, not even looking that far ahead. So I'm not quite sure who we're playing. After that, I think it is a couple of weeks break. I think it's an international break. But Lord help us, we need something. And if it's not going to be under Rehanne Skinner, then we have to think about getting someone in before January, so that at least they have the January window to try and get the requisite players that we need, and to get it needs to be someone of a big name and someone who can actually take us onto that next level. Because blimey, I don't know where we're heading now. I don't after working our way through the lower echelons of of the pyramid of football to get to the top flight, to just spend about 4 years in there and just go straight back down. That's not how I envisage. I mean, we came up with Manchester United, didn't we? And I know that they've kind of artificially injected themselves with all this cash, and they bought their way out of the championship. But we came up with them, and look where they are. We if we were that serious about taking this club to the next level, we should have put in the same kind of investment. But it is what it is with Spurs. But if the player's not responding to Skinner now, and it doesn't look like they are, then maybe we should. I mean, it's hard for me to say because obviously top class manager, and I want her to take us to the next level. But if it's not going to happen under her, then we have to look to going elsewhere. That's what I'm saying. But still, Sunday coming up. I'll be there. It's going to be at St Mary's Stadium. Looking forward to that one. It'll be the first time I've gone there to see Spurs women play. I went there in the European Championships to see England. Was that the 8-0 against Norway? No, I think that was the 5-0 against Northern Ireland in Southampton. So yeah, so good memories for a team wearing white. so, but who knows? But we should be too much for Southampton. But having said that, we should have been too much for Reading. We should have been way too much for West Ham. And we should have been a lot more than what Everton produced. But just the results are shocking right now, and who knows? But I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's just a little rant that I had. I just kind of wanted to get that off my chest, really. If she's not the right one for us, then let's cut our losses and bring in someone who will take us to the next level. And also, we need to have the investment in the team as well. You need to get the bigger players in, splash the cash a little bit, and try and bridge that gap, because last season we were not that far away, and it was just the experience, in my eyes, the experience that was needed to try and get over the line to qualify, and we fell apart. This season we just haven't even got started, in a way, in the league. We just have to do something, but it is what it is. We shall see what happens. Hopefully, we get some good news soon, and we shall see. Maybe they will give it a season, but by that time, who knows where we will be. Well, let's see what happens, eh? But yeah, the next time you see me, it'll be hopefully trying to upload the videos earlier. Try and get the video done on Sunday. Try and upload it for the Monday. So Southampton versus Spurs in the Continental Cup, that should be up and running hopefully on Monday. But yes, look back on other videos, the Reading game, and also the Spurs West Ham, which was just better pills to swallow, really. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me today. And let me know what you think. Is this the end of the road for Rehanne Skinner, or is it the end of the road for some of the players that we have, But yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Come on, you Spurs. And you'll take care.